Hello, my name is Gregory Madison, and I am here at this time to share with you all some things about myself. Some of you may have been watching in the past where I presented Bible versus addictions, an explanation of what the scriptures have to say about addictions, and there's so much to be found. These are things that I yearned for to see for so many years and to understand for myself. And so I've been tremendously blessed to be able to explain those things. It is a joy and a delight for me to do so. But it took a lot for me to get to this point. It began in 1981 where I became born again. I was placed into the family of God through the blood of Jesus Christ as I placed my trust in Him. At that time, I began to grow in the Lord, and I set aside all the things that were not of God. Within a period of a year, I had become so intimately involved with God that I would not allow anything into my life that was displeasing to Him. And that carried on, that continued for probably about 5 years or so. And there came a time when I began to drift away. Now, I could give you a lot of details on that, but I just want to be brief about it. So I will let you know that I just started drifting away from God, getting further and further away from Him to the point where I became addicted to crack cocaine through a chain of events. And so that occurred in 1987. That was my first use of crack cocaine, and it developed more and more into a habit to where it began to consume my life. As a result, I would have to go and get help from different places. At that time, I was working for the United States Postal Service, and so I had health insurance that would allow me into a treatment center. And of course, most of these treatment centers are not Bible based. And so I certainly didn't get any answers from the Bible from them. In the meantime, I would still go to church from time to time. I would go to various meetings where the Bible was presented, and I was very grateful for that. But let's just go on. There came a time when I had to leave the United States Postal Service. As a matter of fact, that was January 21st, 1994. I remember that date very vividly. And so, because I had to resign from the post office, I just got tired of using up all my money and struggling from one pay to the next and spending all my money on drugs. That is a story within itself. But anyway, that allowed me an opportunity to seek out other avenues in dealing with my addiction. For the first time, I could go into a long-term program. And at that time, I joined the mission in Cleveland, Ohio, which of course would use the Bible to address addictions. And after that, I will admit that there were many times, and needless to say, there were many failures, many times where I progressed and then would turn back again. And so, over the period of years, a number of years, I would go from one program to the next, and I'm grateful that I was able to learn something from each one of them. The only thing is, I did not begin a life of sobriety. That occurred for me in the year of 2011. And I will be telling you about that a little more in the second part of this video. But in this first part, I just want to share with you, lastly, what led me to a study, an intense study on Bible versus addictions, which led to my writing as well. As I said, I went to many different programs. And around 1996 or 97, I was led to start my first draft of Bible versus addictions. I came to understand that addictions are idols. This is something that God showed me as I was studying some passages, and the Spirit of God just began to show me these things. And so I wrote my first draft of Bible versus addictions in around 1996 or 97. The only problem was that I continued to go back to my addiction for many years off and on prior to that first draft of Turning to God from Idols. Now I'm going to pause at this point. There's a lot more that I want to share, and I really don't have the time to do so in this first video. So we'll continue on with the next video up to this current date. In the meantime, join me on my Facebook page, Bible versus Addictions. I'd also like for you to take the time to look at quality Christian resources on addictions, which is a Facebook page that has a variety of videos, articles, websites, quotations, many different sources that are all biblical pertaining to addictions. And then last of all, you can join me on my Facebook, Turning to God from Idols.com. And so, until next time, God bless you all. Thank you for watching.